Alright, hey guys, so I'm here with you with the Destiny Weapon Tuning 2.0 update, and I'm here to give you an overview and my thoughts on the update. So, they want auto rifles to be stronger. They said they need to reevaluate them after their last update, which really made them pretty much useless in PvP. They aren't useless, but they're basically just pea shooters. So, here's what they want to do. They want to make auto rifles stronger at closer to medium range, and then they also want to have it so you can either have stability or you can have more damage at longer ranges with less stability. And they want to make it so that they're more competitive in PvE and PvP. So what they're doing is they're making base damage stronger. They're starting damage fall off to be at a shorter range. I don't really like this. I think auto rifles should be a jack of all trades, master of none type of weapon. And they're reducing base stability. I mean, stability I think is fine on most auto rifles except the Suros. The Suros has some insane stability because of the first perks you can select on it. And damage boost against AI. I think the auto rifle changes are good except for the stability base reduction. I guess it depends on how much of a reduction the small reduction is, but that remains to be seen considering this update is about 2 months away. So pulse rifles. Pulse rifles they're like the second option to hand cannons currently. They're all pretty strong. You can two-burst people, but an issue is it's harder to hit moving targets with it. So let's see what Bungie wants to do about that. So what they want to do is pulse rifles are optimal at medium range, but can engage enemies at long range. I think that's a good perk. I mean, that's a good goal for them to set. Rate of fire sets a pace for players to track moving targets. This is good. It's hard to hit targets as it is if they're moving. Like if someone's strafing on you or like running in a straight line at you, they're pretty much toast. But if someone's moving, it's hard to get that 2 or 3 burst kill. And let's see, pulse rifles should feel strong in PvP, but yeah, this is good. Pulse rifles should be a strong weapon mid range. It should feel kind of like a BR, but it's Destiny, so obviously you're not gonna have a battle rifle in Destiny because BR is pretty much the god gun in Halo. It's not. They don't want pulse rifles to be the god gun. Additionally, increase their efficiency. Yeah, I don't see anyone using pulse rifles in PvE. So let's see what they're doing to change it. Reducing base damage at the medium rate fire by about 2.5%. So they're just making it so you hit or 2 or 3 bursts depending on if your enemy is running max armor. I think that this is a bad change though because running max armor, like, it's already pretty advantageous to certain things such as trip mines. I don't think you need another like defense mechanism against weapons unless it's really a lot easier to track your enemy. And so they're also reducing stability. I think the stability is fine as it is for most pulse rifles, unless they make it so, like as I said earlier, this rate of fire pace change is significantly easier, like to make them use. Scout rifles. Basically, they're saying they're barely changing scout rifles here. So what they're only doing, they're increasing damage against AI combatants and reducing hipfire stability and increasing mag size. They're also making more damage at medium to higher fire rate scout rifles, but it's not going to affect PvP time to kill. I think the accuracy from the hip's good because it's a lot of guns in the scout rifle category have near perfect ADS. I mean, hip accuracy. So let's see, hand cannons. They're saying hand cannons are basically god, and hand cannons are optimal at close to medium range, which is how it should be. Hand cannon shots are optimal when paced, but become less effective when fired quickly. I don't like this. I don't like the second part, but we'll see what they have in store for us. Rewards agility under fire, precision targeting. So they're making it sound like it's gonna be like a strafe gun. That's what they make it sound like, but who knows? Yeah, the hand cannons cannot reliably complete with scout rifles. So yeah, the thorn will melt the crap out of you at any range. So let's see. Start damage fall off good. Small reduction ADS accuracy. We'll have to see how much of a small reduction is because it's hard to gauge it when they don't say how much it is specifically. Reduce found accuracy when firing from hip. Yeah, I mean, I don't really hip fire with hand cannons anyways. Reduce magazine size for all base inventory stats. I don't know if that's how much ammo you can hold or if that's how much you have in the mag, but we'll see that. And reduce the zoom. We'll see how this works out. Though sometimes I really don't like the zoom though, to be honest. Shotguns. So basically here they're saying shotguns weren't that big of a deal until everyone could get a god roll shotgun with a shot package and hammerforge or rangefinder and hammerforge. So they still want shotguns to be very effective at close range. They want it to complement melees, but the timed melee is pretty weak as it is, so I don't see how they're going to do that. And offensively closing enemy with a shotgun is a risk reward timing game, so We'll see how that pans out. But it is already kind of like that. Blink makes it easier to escape. You can't really like run in with a Titan and get a bunch of shotgun kills on people. And curb effectiveness in PvE. So to do that, they're reducing damage by AI, damage against AI by 10%. Reduce precision damage multiplier on shotgun. I mean, I haven't really ever had a situation where the precision damage was the reason why I got a kill, but we'll see. Rangefinder adds a 5% base damage on ADS, while it's 20%. I still think most people use shot package, so this isn't really that big of a deal. Shot package accuracy buff by 30%. 30% is pretty significant, but yet again, we'll see how it pans out because it's hard to gauge all this when it's only in text. You have to play with it to see how it actually is. And here they're saying fusion rifles were supposed to be a medium range gun, and that people changed from fusion rifles to shotguns after the updates when the fusion rifles were nerfed. So this is what they want to do. They want to make fusion rifles good at mid range, but they don't want to make it so that you can track someone when they're close enough to attack while charging up. So they want to require combat foresight, so you have to predict where your enemy's going to go. I have a friend that's really good at the fusion rifle, and this is like pretty much what he has to do. And it should not be able to find should not be easy to find and build a fusion rifle like an achieve maximum range. So basically, they just don't want you to snipe people with fusion rifle. Like if you have a parent's fire with send it and rangefinder, like the bullets just will find the target. So they're saying they're making high impact fusions weaker, and they want to reduce the projectile speed, and they just want to make fusion rifles a medium weapon as a whole. Snipers. Here they're saying that they removed field scout and final round because they're pretty like OP when it came to snipers. Final round, I mean, body shot someone. Anyone can body shot someone. It reduces the need for precision kill, which is kind of like sniping is supposed to be precision, not just supposed to be like I hit you in the body, you're dead. And they said they got rid of field scout because you just get way too many bullets, and it kind of eliminates like other gameplay aspects. So they're making sniper rifles. Obviously, they want sniper rifles optimal long range, but they want to make it so you can still use them at short and medium. Maybe they're going to increase hipfire accuracy. That remains to be seen. Obviously, thumb skill. I love how they use the word thumb skill. And the final round perk is, yeah, precision shots. So the only thing they're really doing here is they're making it so you need a precision shot to activate final round, which is a good perk because you're still going to kill someone if you hit them with a precision shot. And this might be helpful against sunsingers, etc., because you're going to need the extra damage if they have that flame shield. Rocket launchers. So rocket launchers, they still want rocket launchers to be pretty much how they are, but they're just nerfing the grenades and horseshoes proc stat, which I think is good because you can literally just fire rockets somewhere you see red on your radar and kill the enemy. So exotic tuning. Hard light. They're making it so the hard light's more stable. I don't know how the balance projectiles work, so I can't really comment on that. And no damage for the projectiles. I still don't know how they work, so that is yet to be seen. Here they're saying they're making the Necrochasm pretty much better for PvE because they're making the mag size bigger, but Icebreaker perk, the thing that makes so people blow up will always activate, is there, and they're also increasing the explosive radius and making it do more damage. But I mean, you're not gonna be really like, it just doesn't have high enough impact to be palpable in PvP, so I don't know. I think people will stick to Suroses and other high impact ARs over using the Necrochasm. Last word, they're changing the range stat to 10, so, and they're reducing the stability, so I don't really know what the range stat exactly is. Maybe they're making the damage fall off a lot sooner, or reducing like the auto aim sooner. Reduce effective range while ADSing. That's fair. Increase accuracy and precision damage aim to scale when firing from the hip. So basically they're saying you're going to melt people if you hit fire them close range, which is how the gun should be. And fix bugs with the hit fire damage bonus applying incorrectly. I love this. This has needed to be done since the game release, because there's nothing more annoying than being two-shot by a last word because this freaking bonus damage applied. Thorn. They're saying Thorn is just like, look at this usage compared to other weapons. I think this is this is all guns. This is all guns. Like, look, Thorn, other guns. It's just a black mass of text. So they're saying they're making it so Thorn, base damage of the burn is less, roughly 1/3, which is huge for PvP. PV, I don't know anyone uses a Thorn in PvE, so, and dot stacking up to 5 times across multiple land projectiles. So maybe if you hit 3 shots, there's still die. I don't know how this is gonna work out, but we'll see. Because you used to be able to hit 3. You can currently hit 3 body shots and kill someone, or 2 headshots and kill someone, provided they're not using the ram. And the Hagman, they're making it so Hagman can't one-shot anyone anymore. And you get a higher mag size and you unlock the bonus damage, and they're reducing the bonus damage for luck in the chamber. I haven't played with the Hagman, so I can't really comment on how that would affect my gameplay or someone else's. But it sounds like a good nerf. Because, I mean, who wants to be a one-shot? Let's be honest here. And it's still rewarding if you hit your precision shots with the gun. Icebreaker, they're reducing recharge time. I mean, they're increasing recharge time. I don't like that. That's even less of an incentive to use the Icebreaker. I mean, I'd rather use like a Field Scout Effort Eat Spear than Icebreaker currently, just because, I mean, Special Aim was pretty easy to get. No aim. And yeah, it makes it even less like ideal in PvP. You have one shot every 8 seconds. That means you have 6 shots every minute. No land beyond. They're making no land beyond biz. It's like these 2 perks don't even mean anything. Like this increase, you're not gonna even notice this. And I think this one's gonna make the gun feel more steady. Increase weapon handling speed. I don't know. It's already pretty hard to aim, but we'll see. Black hammer. They're making black hammer useless. They make it so weapon ammo is taken from your inventory rather than being generated out of thin air. So black hammer is useless. You have 18 rounds. I'd rather just use a spear with 24. They should have increased the inventory to 24, but it's Bungie, so you have to expect like nothing. I guess nothing's not the word. You just have to expect them to not like have a weapon remain overpowered. Waterfalls. I don't know how this works because I haven't ever used it. So, and they're making the Gala Horn weaker, which is I don't know. I love Gala Horn. We'll see how it works out, but they're just making the Wolfpack rounds weaker. I don't know how much weaker. I wish they gave a specific number, but they're not. So I guess we're gonna have to deal with that. Let's see. So weapon stats. They're reducing weapon stats. So basically, they're saying here they're gonna make it so that you can like level up a gun to how you want it to be. See, you will have a lot of options to grow those stats instead of like being base static and only affected by something such as hammer forged or rifle barrel or send it. That's how I interpret it. It may not be final, but that's how I interpret it. Stat tuning. They're saying here they're getting rid of like god rules, like god items such as Field Scout, hammer forge, and perfect balance, and making it so it's a trade-off perk rather than just like a perk that only benefits you. They're saying like House of Wolf perks, like comparing rifle barrel to hammer forged. Hammer forge increases range and accuracy. Rifle barrel increases range, but you also lose, I think it's stability or reload speed. I don't remember exactly what one it is, but you're doing a trade-off when you pick rifle barrel, and I think Bungie doesn't like that, and I think they feel like I feel like they think it makes the first 2 like the base weapons in the first DLC weapons stronger than the new ones. It gives you less of an incentive to use newer weapons. And seeing as they're saying Destiny is a constantly evolving game, I think they want you to use the new items that are in the game rather than your old Felwinters or your old like LDR, the Devil You Know, Final Boss, etc., etc. And stat perk column on talent grids. So they're saying here that they're only gonna have perks that affect like weapon range, weapon stability, etc. only in selectable columns. So it's not going to be a perk you have to unlock. It's going to be a perk you can select with your guns. I think I went through this update pretty good. You can check this article out on the Bungie.net site. It's on their homepage. Thank you for watching this, guys, and I hope you respected my opinions. And if you have any feedback to add, please feel free to post in the comment section. Thank you.